murder someone because you're a police officer, because you have a badge? No, it's not.
Once again, Judge Wendy Pugh did not return our calls for...
It's been a wild last week in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Judge Wendy Pugh dismissing murder charges against former Philadelphia police officer Mark Dow. To the DA refiling charges hours later. To the protest that afternoon and the looting from a completely different crowd later that night. This all happened on Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. Over the next few days, Philly literally went into a frenzy because of the chaos that unfolded on that otherwise ordinary day. Everyone had an opinion and was posting about it on social media. The comedians, the rappers, the bloggers, the influencers, the racists, the local news, the national news, everyone.
What I say? It says what? That's crazy. I didn't know. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Judge Wendy Pugh dismissed all charges against a police officer Tuesday, September 26th, after he shot and killed a man during a traffic stop in August, only for charges to be refiled hours later by the DA's office.
What?
Mark Dow faces multiple counts over Eddie Irizarry's death on August 14th and refiled documents, according to CBS News. Judge Wendy Pugh dismissed all the charges against Dow, including one of murder, saying that the cop may have feared for his life and therefore acted in self-defense. Dow was seen on CCTV and body cam footage shooting the 27-year-old multiple times through his car window. The footage shows Dow firing his weapon 6 times through the closed window of Irizarry's car.
He come gun out.
Dow and his partner had stopped Irizarry for erratic driving in Kensington. The 2 officers are seen on the video slowly approaching Irizarry's car, weapons drawn. The officers can be seen screaming at Irizarry to show his hands and that they will, quote, fucking shoot him. At one point, you see Irizarry start to fidget and close his car window. As the cops are screaming at him with their guns out, Irizarry is then seen reaching for something.
This video from a security camera obtained and released by lawyers for Irizarry's family also appeared to show Dial quickly exiting the vehicle and opening fire. His family said they wanted every frame of video released, some too graphic to show here, to prove police gunned down an innocent man.
Mark Dow then fires his gun 6 times, hitting and fatally wounding him. After the shooting, the officers open the door and a blood-soaked Irizarry is seen, barely conscious and barely alive. The officers then haphazardly grab his limp body and shove him into one of their vehicles. Officers had originally claimed that Irizarry lunged at them with a knife when they stopped his vehicle.
Crazy,
Philadelphia,
bro.
where a police officer involved in a fatal near point-blank shooting of a man in his car last month has now been charged with murder as a police body cam video of the encounter is released. Ron Allen has more.
Philadelphia prosecutors say the newly released police body camera videos show the fatal encounter happened within seconds of officers pulling up to Eddie Irizarry's car.
You hear them 6 shots?
They are crucial evidence in the
space
case,
between them?
and in many ways, they speak for themselves.
Officer Mark Dial now faces murder and other charges for allegedly shooting to death the 27-year-old man who his family says loved music, cars, and had only a pocket knife in his hand.
I just want him to be remembered that he was a good kid and never was in trouble and loved his family.
Dial turned himself in this morning, a 5-year veteran who NBC News rode along with last summer for a story about gun violence in the same neighborhood where he allegedly killed Irizarry. In a statement, Dial's attorney saying the facts will unmistakably show that Officer Mark Dial was legally justified in discharging his weapon while fearing for his life. Prosecutors say the body camera video of the August 14th incident contradicts the original police account, which said Irizarry was driving erratically, got out of his car, and lunged at the officers with a knife. Police later changed the details of that account.
Dow was charged on September 8th with murder, voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, simple assault, reckless endangerment of another person after turning himself in. AB6 News reported that despite the video evidence, the judge agreed with Dow's attorney that the officer may have needed to act in self-defense because of the reported knife on the seat with Irizarry.
He's in a locked
that there was
car.
not enough evidence to proceed. The judge who dismissed the charges, Wendy Pugh, has been on the bench for over 20 years. She is the daughter of a casino mogul, Arthur M. Goldberg, who was the president of a company that operated gambling houses under brand names including Bally's, Caesars, and Hilton. And for a time, Pugh was married to a man whose relatives had founded the Sun Oil Company and the Pugh Charitable Trust, the Philadelphia-based nonprofit policy behemoth. Now, where her background starts to get interesting is in 1990, she married Derek Pugh. Derek Pugh, at the time, worked in finance. The New York Times said in an article about their marriage in 1990, the charitable trust that bears his family name is one of the most influential philanthropies in the country. Wendy and Derek Pugh divorced in 2013, according to court records. Wendy Pugh was represented by attorney Walter McHugh, who is now partner of Mark Dow's attorney, Brian McMonagle, and Fortunato Perry Jr. That conflict of interest was never disclosed by Pugh, even though she's not required to do so by law. It's just an interesting connection to me. Eddie Irizarry's family agrees as they express concerns about those connections on social media.
Sometimes judges recuse themselves if they have a real or perceived conflict. That didn't happen in this case. We wanted to...
Sorry to cut it for those of you who don't like when the video is paused. But if you're not catching on here, from what I think they're saying here is the judge dismissed the charge because the lawyer of the guy or whatever is supposed to be, or supposedly the same lawyer who helped her out in her divorce case.
know if it should have. When former Philadelphia police officer Mark Dial walked into court last week, he was accompanied by his high-profile defense lawyers, Brian McMonagle and Fortunato Perry of the McMonagle Perry law firm. On Tuesday, the pair argued in front of municipal court judge Wendy Pugh that murder, manslaughter, and assault charges against Dial for the August shooting death of Eddie Irizarry should be dropped. In a stunning ruling, Judge Pugh, elected to her position and seen here on her Facebook page, where she posts about her life, agreed, wiping away all the charges, sparking rage from Irizarry's family.
What is lack of evidence to you, Judge? What is it? What is it? Because you're standing there, you seen a man that's my nephew get murdered, and you just drop all these officer charges.
Just days after the ruling, and questions have come up over Judge Wendy Pugh's hiring 10 years ago of a prominent attorney now with the McMonagle Perry firm to represent her in a divorce. Attorney Walter McHugh, pictured here on the firm's website, is listed on court records as representing Pugh in the 2013 proceeding. The Pennsylvania Code of Judicial Conduct is the ethics guide for judges. It reads, judges should act in a way that garners public confidence in their independence, fairness, impartiality, integrity, and competence. Fox 29 wanted to know if Judge Pugh told anyone of her hiring of attorney McHugh and if she considered stepping away from this week's court hearing since McHugh's firm was representing Mark Dial. But Judge Pugh, 56 years old, did not return calls to her and her staff for comment. As for attorney McHugh, on the phone Thursday morning, he said, "I'm not talking about that right now, brother," adding he had to be in court in 5 minutes before ending the conversation. The district attorney's office, which has appealed Judge Pugh's ruling on Dial, declined comment, but the new questions are bound to raise concerns, even anger, seen this week.
So you're saying that it's okay to kill? Are you saying that it's okay to murder someone because you're a police officer, because you have a badge? No, it's not.
Once again, Judge Wendy Pugh did not return our calls for...
That alone is concerning, but if you couple that with the way this case was handled from the beginning, and you begin to see why people have suspicions of a miscarriage of justice in the making. Even though this hasn't played all the way out yet, the cops and judges in this case don't give me much hope.
Bro, look it up, bro. Look it up, bro. Look at this.
This hasn't played all the way out yet.
I'm gonna try to pause it perfectly, but my man started shooting before he even stopped moving, son.
Yeah,
look, before he look like he as soon as he get up. Look when the glass start to break, bro. The glass start breaking right here. Right there, see? There's already... Oh, you can't see if I touch it. But there's already a hole right here in the window, bro. Right here, bro. He literally just... You see how fast he starts shooting? Look, the shell already flying right here, bro. Somebody got... Even if somebody got a knife in here, bro, they are inside a vehicle, a closed vehicle, bro. Anyways, gang, I don't want to get passionate about this and start screaming, bro. But, alright, we got plenty more to watch. But before you continue, since it's paused, let me just give my 2 cents, like, real quick. This is why I be having all this drama in Philly, bro. Like, I was down there just the other day, son. And I understand this, bro. I understand this, bro. I really do, bro. Like, the chaos and all that. I was there for the last looting in with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, bro. Like, I done seen it, bro, and knowing the chaos in Philly, bro, like, I could understand why there was a riot like 2-3 nights ago, and it probably will continue, son. And honestly, bro, like, I feel like, especially in Philly, based on what I know, it's soon gonna get to the point where man's is gonna start tracking these cops, bro. Like, the people gonna start coming to your houses, bro. Like, it's about to get there, bro, because they doing some crazy, bro. It's getting crazy in the city, bro. Like, real crazy. Like, this ridiculous, bro. That's murder. That's right. That's straight murder, bro. Like, there's no need for that. The man, look at this, bro. He came out running before the car even stopped, son.
Case was handled from the beginning, and you begin to see why people have suspicions of a miscarriage of justice in the making. Even though this hasn't played all the way out yet, the cops...
Boy, wind up the window because he's scared, bro. You come out running at him with a gun drawn. Man's scared, son.
A completely different story. Mark Dow and the police claim Eddie Irizarry lunged at him with a knife, forcing Dow to shoot and kill him after he fled a traffic stop. After the department refused to release Dow's body cam footage, though, it came down to video from a nearby home security camera to reveal the truth.
Man was destroying
20
police property years ago,
we wouldn't have all the security, cell phone, and body cam footage, and the story would have officially been that Eddie Irizarry had lunged at the officer.
I don't want to speak nothing into being, but
the judge in this case didn't hold the officer responsible
something
for
like this go down again. It's gonna happen in Philly, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, the people gonna stamp on some cops, bro.
The police would have tried and most likely succeeded in covering this up.
Bro, Philly blicked up, you know.
First made public by Arizona.
Philly blicked up. We got hollows in Philly, bro.
After the judge's ruling,
yeah,
came
vest ain't
outrage
nothing.
from the family and some members of the public. The media was clearly on the family side. Every outlet covered this story, and people protested the day the charges were dropped.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Even though they were almost immediately refiled by the DA's office, as I said earlier. Now, all this was happening on Tuesday, September 26th. And for the most part, the peaceful protests ended around 6 or 7 p.m.
Bro, we had enough peaceful protests, bro. For real, for real.
Meatball.
Told the police they either lock me up tonight or it's gonna get lit.
Meatball. Woman known as Meatball. Well, Deja Blackwell, also known as Meatball, says she never wants to go back to jail. Blackwell is one of dozens of people arrested following Tuesday night's looting. She has garnered attention in the last 48 hours because of her social media live stream.
For those of you that don't know Meatball, people from Philly and others that are familiar with her either love her or hate her. She's a troll, a memer, and some would consider her a comedian. She's had a couple viral videos and her name always pops up over the last few years. Now, with all this, she has developed a fan base who love her and are genuine fans. On this night, Meatball was acting a damn fool. With all the unrest in the city over the judge's decision, some people decided to be opportunists and take advantage of the situation. Now, I don't know how the hell this even happened. Meatball has never been a big influencer. I'm not positive, but I'm willing to bet she does not regularly get 10 to 15K live viewers on Instagram as she did that night. But something was in the air. Her live reached 15K viewers at one point as she raced around the city, recording everything from store to store, watching the looting. Some argued she was inciting and directing people to certain locations. Now look, what Meatball did was dumb as hell. There's not much defending her. No defending what she did. But it's wild. It's wild that some in our city are so fried off society that they would even think that this was cool or a good idea. Now, honestly, it's hard for me to muster up much sympathy for Lululemon or Apple. And yeah, it's wrong, and I wouldn't recommend participating in looting at any time. It gets more of a shrug when I see people running out of these
the looting don't.
I'm more worried about the recklessness
Doesn't make
of the
it any
people
better.
and their mindset and state of mind. Like, how are these people's kids? My son would never. Not only would the consequences be harsh, but I have instilled in him since day one that every action you make now affects your future. It's been hammered home so much that he wouldn't even be around the type of people who would consider looting. But back to Meatball, the whole event was crazy to watch unfold. Because on one hand, you got Meatball doing her bullshit on IG Live. Then you got this Philly crime update page on Twitter and other racist media outlets covering it with shameless neglect to the judge dismissing the case, and instead spent that whole night talking about Meatball.
Right.
It wasn't just Philly crime update either. There was so much coverage of Meatball and the looting, you would have thought that Meatball killed someone that night. She didn't enter any store and was treated like public enemy number one. Out of the 50 people arrested that night, mostly adults, Meatball was blamed for everything. Like I said, I do not condone looting and rioting, and it's unacceptable under most circumstances. However, the attention paid to the rioting and lack of coverage from some outlets of the judge's decisions show where their priorities lie. Meatball was freed on 10% of $25,000 bail.
Meatball.
Go over there with they fighting over there. That's what we saying. Y'all gotta run
how much? Wait, how much?
Freed on 10% show where their priorities lie. Meatball was freed on 10% of $25,000 bail.
All right.
Go over there with they fighting over there. That's what we saying. Y'all gotta run what store, y'all? Oh my God, they got the beauty supply. Hurry up, the hair store, hurry up. I really think you should park over here. I was about to say that. Park over here, bro. Yeah. Yo, park out. He parking. Wait. All right, hold on. Park on the right. Hold on. Look, go turn around. Bro, we on Rising Sun, bro. Rising Sun the Boulevard. Bro, we out here, bro. Yeah, there you go. Where we supposed to be going? Mamas, come on. You mean? We better go see this shit, bro. We getting clear for it. Yo, come to Rising Sun the Boulevard, bro. Sherelle, I'm fixing the gas tank. Just to gas. Oh yeah, they gonna pass. We fixing the gas tank. Oh shit, they coming near me. Told you. Yeah, they stopping us. They stopping us. I told you. I'm not standing here. Back up, bro. We was getting gas. No, bro. Let them. Yes. We getting gas. Yo, what are y'all doing? We don't got nothing to do with this. We getting gas. Get out the car.
City, Deja Blackwell was live streaming much of it to her more than 180,000 followers.
What's up?
Posting in Center City and other parts of the city up until her arrest Tuesday evening. Police and the district attorney's office say Blackwell was encouraging others to engage in looting and other criminal activity. Blackwell was charged with burglary, conspiring, and rioting, among other felony charges. The 21-year-old was released on $25,000 bail early this morning.
She's only 21?
We went to Blackwell's home today after she agreed for us to meet her there.
That kind of makes
Our attempts to speak with her about her actions Tuesday night and what's happened since then were cut short by her mom. Blackwell's mom did not want her speaking with reporters. But the woman known as Meatball did have something to say before going back inside her home. Do you have a message for people?
I just prefer, never loot again, stay out of trouble, and never go to jail.
So you regret what happened?
I regret.
On May 25th, 2021, YBC affiliates and YFA members, including Reek 1200, Baby 1K, and Baby Wick,
first of all, that's how you look going on TV?
They were trying to crash out, and they were looking for anyone to hit. Around the area of 39th and Poplar in West Philly, they found Nasir Marks, who was going to see his girl on the other side of Girard Avenue. That's when he ran into the gunman who shot and killed him. Nasir lived in West Philly with his parents and was preparing for graduation from high school the next month. A half hour later, on the other side of the city, 15-year-old Kanye Pittman was shot and killed. Police officers responded to the 2500 block of Sydenham Street and discovered Kanye Pittman suffering from several gunshot wounds. Police placed Kanye in their patrol vehicle and rushed him to Temple University Hospital. Despite efforts by hospital staff to save his life, Kanye died that evening. Kanye Pittman was 15 years old and he resided on 17th Street. Both these incidents happened a half hour apart from each other on May 25th, 2021. KJ Johnson, or K3, 16, and Tommy Frazier, or Snipe, 18, were both fatally shot while seated in a car on the 200 block of North 56th Street in West Philadelphia after gunmen fired into the vehicle on July 21st, 2021. Another 16-year-old was wounded by bullets fired in broad daylight near a daycare and bus stop. Investigators believe the two teenage friends who were killed in broad daylight near the intersection of 56 and Vine were on their way to basketball practice and were not the intended targets. Two other people were also shot in that incident. I believe they were the intended targets that night. The quadruple shooting rocked West Philadelphia, where Frazier and Johnson grew up. Frazier was enrolled at Simon Gratz High School, and Johnson was heading into his junior year at Boys Latin Charter School. F5 and Curry of YBC/YFA will be charged in the murder of KJ and Snipe, and also charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of the other 2 teenagers that were there that day, among many other charges. Reyes Sherman, 20, or F5, was arrested in April of 2022 and charged with murder and conspiracy for his role in their deaths. He had been jailed since January of 2022 on gun-related charges, police said. Arshad Curry, 20, of YBC/YFA, was arrested in December 2021 for his alleged role in the 2 teens' death. Detectives tied Curry to the shootings after interviewing a witness who said he was an associate of a man with the nickname Most Wanted, who police believed is Curry. The witness said Curry told him he shot the victims, but they were not his intended target, police said. According to court papers, investigators believe Curry and F5 driving a blue minivan owned by F5's mother followed KJ and Snipe and the other 2 teens from school. When KJ's car was stopped at a red light, police said Curry jumped out and fired at the driver's side at least 17 times, fatally striking Johnson and Frazier and injuring the other 2 16-year-olds. F5 drove the getaway car, police said. What is a shame and why I push the message I do is that these dudes are going to be forgotten by all but a very select few people. The prisons are filled with people who decide to throw their lives away for the streets. The streets are a lie. Take a look at this video from 2021 by YBC called Top Seed. This video was filmed after the death of KJ and Snipe. YBC and YFA members are seen throughout this video, dissing them, among others. But only one of these people in this video is still out on the streets today. From what I can see, you got F5, Duel, YBC Kier, J100, Die Fetty, Baby Wick, and Reek 1200 were all out there that day. We just spoke about F5's situation. Kier was unfortunately killed last year. So were Die Fetty and J100. Baby Wick was convicted of conspiracy to murder in the deaths of Nasir Marks and Kanye Pittman. Reek 1200 was found guilty of the murders of Nasir Marks and Kanye Pittman. Baby 1K was also found guilty of those murders. Curry was named in an indictment filed by the DA's office. His sentencing status is unknown to me at this time. Curry still faces the charges in the Sidney Sessoms murder, which took place in September of 2021. Reek and Baby 1K were sentenced to 35 years to life in prison. F5 was sentenced to 12.5 to 25 years for being a getaway driver in the murder of KJ and Snipe. Curry, in court, apologized to the family of the victims. Also, a while ago, I did a video on YBC Duel's lyrics where I said,
for it and break out book for Johnny like fuck you snitching for it. You got the loudest mouth but never got nothing in your pocket.
I don't know who Bryce is. If this was a proper video, I'll find out who Bryce is probably. Yeah, you know what I mean? But this is just a off the cuff John. I don't know who Bryce is.
Yo, for an off the cuff John, this is a well put together off the cuff John. I ain't gonna lie to you.
5 murders.
Well done, son.
Out of all the people I mentioned that were in that video earlier are all dead or in prison for a very long time.
Real sad.
So while some kids might think this looks cool and gangster, remember where most of these people are today. Thanks for watching American Confidential. Until next time, be safe.
Heard you.
Watch every bullet hit his brain, little boy go bye-bye. This shit got wicked dog bees, we smoke rolling Zaza. Throw my bitch in double G's, cause she know the guy fly. Me and Tina did some schemes, that's just how we got by. It's a big bag on his head, cause they say he the top guy. 1K get up close and hit that nigga in his...
Alright gang, thanks for watching, and I don't know, man. What's going on in Philly is crazy, bro. It was crazy. It's crazy what's going on with the cops and the people. It's also crazy what's going on with the murders between the youths, bro. Like, it's 14, 15, 16-year-olds out there just popping, dude. Like, I don't know. I remember at night, I'm driving, bro. I'm driving going to work, and 2 full-size SUVs zoom speeding, bro, squeezing through traffic, bro. You could tell they all fully loaded, bro. And they, bro, like the way they driving, busting through traffic, forcing their way down Broad Street, bro. You know they going after somebody. And I remember just thinking, like, yeah, bro, they determined to get that guy. Whoever it is, they're gonna get him tonight. And I'm just like, man, that's kind of crazy though, but that's just how Philly is, bro. So I don't know, maybe one day they'll be changed. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
My thought, they said we ain't got no bodies, bitch, we laughing, ha ha.